Okay, last just explains how SAP users can run their SAP processes with BatchMan using their familiar SAP GUI. Now I will show you how you can orchestrate those BatchMan configured SAP processes within the Universal Automation Center. What we've done is that we've created a BatchMan integration for Universal Automation Center. With this integration, you can now run jobs and nets configured in BatchMan directly as part of a UAC workflow. For those who are not familiar, nets in BatchMan are like workflows in Universal Automation Center. This means existing UAC customers can now trigger SAP processes that are configured in BatchMan, all from within UAC. Here are a few examples that can be triggered. I mean, Lars mentioned already several of them. ABAP jobs, file transfers, payment runs and copies, dunning runs and copies, business warehouse processes, Sarah archiving runs, and I think also important ISU mass activities, and many more. BatchMan users can now combine their existing BatchMan jobs and nets with the full enterprise automation capabilities of UAC, creating end-to-end workflows where BatchMan processes run alongside cloud data transfers, analytics, and other enterprise tasks, all within a single automation platform. Let me show you a demo on this. What you are seeing here is the data pipeline that processes new incoming sales data, posts it to SAP, and runs the bonus and commission calculations for the sales team. It also triggers analytics processing using Databricks and Azure Synapse pipelines. Let me explain you how it works. It all starts when a salesperson uploads new sales data into the SharePoint folder. That upload automatically triggers our data pipeline in real time and kicks off a number of data transfer. First, the uploaded file is streamed directly from SharePoint to an S3 data lake. This is task here. Second, another data stream is initiated from Azure Data Lake Gen 2 to an S3 bucket. That's this transfer here. Both tasks use our intercloud data transfer task, which supports currently over 60 cloud and application connectors, enabling true real-time cross-cloud streaming. Let me show you just this task here that you have an idea. So this one streams from my SharePoint folder. This is my SharePoint folder into my S3 bucket in the folder sales data, then S3. Here you have the source credentials of OneDrive. In this case, it's SharePoint Professional, and the target is Amazon S3. So like this, it's very simple to transfer data from one cloud provider to another one. In this one, we are transferring from Azure, in this case, to S3. Once the data from SharePoint and Azure is in the S3 data lake, we trigger a job on SAP BTP Cloud Foundry to load the data into SAP. We do this via our new SAP Job Scheduling Service integration. It's also called JSS, which we developed together with the SAP team. So let me show this one. So if I click on it. So what it does, it connects to the SAP Cloud Foundry platform on BTP, and then it runs there this app. It's actually a Java app which is started called Load Commission Data. And maybe one thing I need to show you, these integrations are always bidirectional. So that means if I don't want to run this job, I can query the job scheduling service from SAP and then get all the existing jobs which are there. Of course, I can search them with stars and so on. In this case, I want to run this load commission one. After the data is loaded, we trigger several BatchMan SAP ABAP jobs for the commission and bonus calculations inside SAP. These jobs are all configured in BatchMan, but started and monitored directly through UAC. When I say monitor, that means UAC collects the SAP job logs and optionally also the SAP spool files, depending if you want them. So we can analyze, report, or even reuse the results to decide the next task in the workflow. Let me click on one of these jobs. So what it does, it connects, in this case, to BatchMan via the connection parameters. Then in BatchMan, you can say what you want to run. If you want to run a job or if you want to run a complete workflow in BatchMan. So in this case, I want to run a BatchMan job. This is the job name. I can query the existing jobs in BatchMan. In this case, I have only this one job there configured for with this name. Maybe I can show you. If I do like this with the star, then you see here the other jobs. So I can search for them with match pattern. So it's also bidirectional communication. So I can query BatchMan to get the jobs. Then I can decide if I want to, for example, print the spooled output, because sometimes you don't want to print the spooled output because it's too heavy.